Hello people, how are you today? I hope everyone feeling great. My name is Gusti Triska Urmila Dewi, and here I have my partners. The first is Mitari Dewi. The second is Mirah Cahyani. The next is Lingga Bimantara. And the last is Eka Yuliarini. We are students from English Language Education of Ganesha University of Education. Well people, what do you consider before planning a presentation? The material, the closing, the opening, or the audience? I think that's all are important. But today, we want to explain about a visual aids of a successful presentation. So, in our presentation, we will discuss two main aids that will help your presentation even better. The first is PowerPoint, and the next is body language. So, let us begin. So, thank you. I am as the first presenter will begin the presentation. So, the first material is PowerPoint. I bet a lot of people using PowerPoint while they are presenting their presentation. PowerPoint is the most important and common thing while doing presentation. So, what are the advantages of using PowerPoint? So, there are 6 advantages of using PowerPoint. The first is visual impact. The next is guiding your presentation. The next is reduce speaking anxiety. The next is learning solution, no handouts, and contextual. So I will discuss those advantages one by one. The first is visual impact. In PowerPoint, you are allowed to use colors, unique fonts, images, audios, videos to express your material. So it can help you to make your presentation more interesting and keep your audience focused. The next is guiding your presentation. By making a main point of your materials on your PowerPoint, you don't have to worry to forget what you should say next. You can arrange your materials on the slides, and during your presentation, well, you can advance the slides one after another by one click while maintaining the eye contact with your audience. The next is reduce speaking anxiety. It's not easy to speak in front of a lot of people, right? So by have your PowerPoints together, you can reduce your speaking anxiety by taking away your eyes toward the slides for a moment, so you don't have to keep making eye contact with your audience, so you don't have to keep your anxiety and make yourself uncomfortable. So those are 3 of the advantages of using PowerPoints. The next will be continued by my friend Mitari. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Triska. Now I would like to continue the material. The next is about learning solution. PowerPoint supports your presentation by providing visual aspects, sometimes combining both of audio and visual aspects. That can make your audience easier to understand the material that you want to try explain. So you don't have to struggle, make sure that your audience to understand. The next is about no handouts. If your PowerPoint is visually be able to read, so the projector is large enough to entire room, so you don't have to give your audience handouts because your audience can be more focused to your PowerPoint. And the last is content sharing. It's not enough to share your material just only for a bunch of people. You can share your material to more people. For example, you can post it to your social media, or you can post it to your blog or website, so all of people in the world can see your PowerPoint or your material. So the next material about PowerPoint will be continued by Mirah Cahyani.
Okay, thank you, Mitari. And now I would like to tell you about the next material. So, many of you will ask about how to make an effective PowerPoint slides. So, what the things that you need to make it effective? So, today I'm going to tell you about how to make an effective PowerPoint slides. Okay, the things that you need to pay attention and the things that are important in making an effective PowerPoint are the content of your PowerPoint and also the design of your PowerPoint. And the first things that I'm gonna tell you is about the content. Okay, for the content, there are three points that I'm gonna tell you today. The first one is no paragraph. Second is using image or chart sparingly, and the third is limits number of your slides. Okay, for the first one is no paragraph. No paragraphs means that you are not supposed to use many paragraphs on your slide, and you have to limit the lines or the paragraphs on your slides to make your audiences easy to read your slides. And also, we suggest you to use words or phrases on your slides to help you in presenting your material. Okay, second one is using image or chart sparingly. Using image or charts that related to your material, it is a good idea because you will only need an image or a chart on your slide because you will only need to show one thing or one image or a chart, and you will have to explain your material only by using that chart or image that you already showed to your audiences. And also using chart or image in your presentation, it will make your presentations become interesting, and also the audiences will be they want to watch they want to pay attention to your presentation. And the last but not least is limit number of your slides. You have to limit the amount of your slides because too many slides will waste your time. Can you imagine that if you make slides that more than 20 slides and you need to explain it one by one? So I think that will waste your time. Okay, that's all about the content of your PowerPoint. And second, or the next material is about the design of your PowerPoint. Okay, for the design of your PowerPoint, there are three points about how to make an effective PowerPoint. The first one is using contrasting colors, about the font, and also the special effects that you are going to use on your slides. Okay, for the first one is using contrasting colors. Using contrasting colors on designing your slides, it's like what I'm using today or what I'm applying today. I'm using the dark or the black background with the light or white text. So as you can see, you can read the slides that I've shown to you. So it is easy for you to read my slides. And also using background on your slides, it will make the audiences hard to read your slides, because the pattern will distract the text or the points that you are going to present. And next is fonts. And for the fonts, we do suggest you to use fonts that higher than 24 points, because the audiences at the back will be able to read your slides. If you use lower than 24 points, I do believe that the audiences at the back will not be able to read your slides. Okay, the last but not least is about the special effect on design, on your design of your slides. And we do suggest you to avoid in using noisy animation or using animation too much, because it will make your audiences lose their interest while you are doing your presentation. So they will not paying their attention to you. And that's all about the things that you need to pay attention on how to make an effective PowerPoint slides. And the next material will be presented by Lingga. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mirah. So next material is body language. Okay, body language is the process of the communication, which is the idea or opinion is explained by hint, facial expression, eye contact, touching, symbol, posture, and gesture. Okay, but before I explain about the benefit of body language, let me explain about body language is a non-verbal. So before I explain the benefit of body language, let me explain about body language. It is non-verbal. So it means we speak without word, phrase, clause, or communication sentence to explain about something that we want to explain. So this is the benefit of body language. As you can see, the first is to bring energy to your presentation. So body language is really good to make your presentation more powerful and more cool, and it is really useful if you want to do a presentation or doing a seminar. Second is to help your audience to understand what you are saying. So sometimes your audience will still confused about what you are saying, and body language is really helpful to make your audience understand about what you are saying or what are you talking about. So number 3 is affect the way audience perceive the information. Sometimes the audience is confused or feeling something bad to perceive the information. So body language is really good to affect the way audience to perceive the information. And then next, helps to engage the audience. Sometimes if you want to do a seminar or presentation, your audience will make noisy or doing something, and it will disturb your presentation. And body language is really good to have to engage the audience, and audience will still focus on you. And next, to tell how confident and persuasive a presenter is. We know sometimes the presenter is real nervous, and body language is really helpful to make the presenter looks more confident and more prepared. And the last is helps to highlight the idea. Sometimes you need to think about something, you need to answer a question, then you need to think. So body language is really good to have to highlight the idea that you want to say. Okay, the next presentation will continue by Eka. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Lingga. And now I will continue the presentation, and this is the last of our material. The material is the aspect of the body language. There are 5 aspects in the body language. The first one is the posture, and then the gesture and body movement, and then the facial expression, and then the eye contact, and the last, the dress. Okay, the first one is the posture. Posture is about the really body that you show to your audience. The posture is showing you're confident. If you're not confident, it's the effect in your posture. Posture is easy to look by the audience. The audience realizes the presenter is nervous or not, or confident or not. And this is something that you can do in the posture. The first one is noticeable, and then keep your parallel, and the principle of the floor is yours. Okay, the second one is the gesture and body movement. Gestures are among the most valuable means of expression in the presentation. In the gesture, you can open-handed the gesture, and you can walk only if you want to make the transition of your idea. But you must avoid to crossing the midline of your body with your arm, and you must avoid the game teacher. In the movement, you can make your movement purposeful, and you can avoid the racking back and the forth, and also to burn your back to the audience. And then the facial expression. In the presentation, facial expression is the most important thing, because the facial expression is showing your emotion and your feeling if you're doing the presentation. And in this time, and you will show your smile, because the smile is most effective in the facial expression, right?
Yes.
And a good smile will make your presentation good the beginning until the end of your presentation. And then the eye contact. Eye contact is the first tool to make relationship to the audience. Because with eye contact, you know about your audience pay attention to you or not. Eye contact is showing your respect to the audience. And if you pause to make eye contact to the audience, the presentation totally bad. And the last one is about the dress. The dress code that you wear when you're doing the presentation is the most effective. Such as the dress can support your appearance in the presentation. Wearing a good dress, which is you make a look smart and confident. The dress can express your respect to your audience. If you don't make a good dress code when you're doing the presentation, it looks bad for the audience. Okay, I think that's all about my presentation. Thank you.
So, people, that's all the materials about visual aids behind the successful presentations.
Okay, and thank you for watching our video.
And see you in our next video.
Bye!